often जात ना पूछो साधु की, but is the जात of the voter, the caste of the voter, the caste of the neta important in 21st century India? Whether it is or not, one thing is for sure, it is a big election issue, not just for the 5 states which are up in the next 1 month, but also leading into 2024. What does the Janta though think of the caste versus Hindutva fight that is developing very fast? Is there any resonance on the ground? Is this even needed, or is the poor, the Garib, and their Vikas the biggest issue at present, rather than going back into the era of caste-based politics? And that's why today, on Times Now, we get you the Times Now ETG poll, which will get to you over the next 2 hours, get to you the pulse of the people. It's a big deal that is being made by team I.N.D.I.A. that we're going to conduct the caste census all over the country in every state that we come into power in. But does the Janta really care? So let's get you straight into the Times Now ETG poll. What do they make of this ultimate Brahmastra of Team India, that of the nationwide caste census? Before we get started, let me actually show to you the methodology that has been used for this particular survey. There were a total of 16,699 people who were sampled over the telephone for this survey. We carried out across several states which are ruled by the BJP, by other parties who are a part of I.N.D.I.A, and also where the Congress is in power. So without further ado, let's get straight into question number 1 of the Times Now ETG survey. We asked the people surveyed, does All India Caste Census really have any relevance in modern day India? We're in the 21st century. Rather than looking forward, are we now going to go back into the politics of jati, of caste? Here is what people said. 36% said, over 1/3 of the people surveyed said yes, caste census should be done. 24% said no benefit of the caste census. 19% said it's poverty census which is more urgent than caste census, and 21% haven't made up their mind. So let's get started with the opening comments from the panel. Joining us now, we have Shehzad Poonawalla, national spokesperson of the BJP, Harshvardhan Tripathi, senior journalist, Sanjay Jha, author, Dinesh Chaudhary, spokesperson of the BRS, and senior journalist Ashutosh. I want to, before we take the opening comments, just quickly do a back of the envelope calculation here. You've got 24% who are saying there is no benefit. 19% are saying poverty census more urgent than caste census. So roughly about 43% here don't really see the logic. 43% don't see the logic. 36% say yes, caste census should be done. But Shehzad Poonawalla, more than 1/3 of the people are saying do it. Does this put you in a spot?
No, not at all, Padmaja. The fact of the matter is that, first of all, what is happening in the various states is not a caste census. It is a caste survey because they are not mandated to carry out the census at all. Secondly, the Congress party, when it advocates this cause, do the people, and if there are any questions further on this, do the people, by them picking up this issue or advocating this issue? In 2011, they did a caste census. They spent 5,000 crore rupees on it. Why didn't they give the results till 2014? And when we came to power, there were 8.5 crore odd errors in that. We sent it to the states never rectified them. The question is that the Congress party's entire history also, right from Indira Gandhi, who did not allow the Mandal Commission report to be implemented, Rajiv Gandhi did not allow it. In fact, he stood up in parliament and opposed it, and to the fact that they have been against even the constitutional status being given to the OBC Commission. So nobody in their right mind even believes that the Congress party is taking this seriously. Forget anybody else. Even Akhilesh Yadav has come out recently and he has said that the Congress party is basically trying to pull wool over the people's eyes. And therefore, for them to advocate this cause is only pure politics. It is only another tool to divide the country. On the other hand, you have the party like BJP.
But, be that as it may, irrespective of what the Congress said in 1989, 2011, etc., as of today, 36% people, 36% of those surveyed say, I think it makes sense.
Well, if they feel that way about it, in Bihar, the caste survey was actually initiated when our government was in power along with Nitish ji. We gave 500 crore rupees. But today we are asking that when this caste survey has come out and it has not produced any results that nobody knew, people from Mr. Nitish Kumar's party who belong to the Teli community have come out and said that it is a bogus survey. People from their own ranks are opposing it. And my last question, everybody sitting here, including the likes of Sanjay Jha, in Karnataka, the survey was done years ago. Why haven't the results been brought out? In Chhattisgarh, the survey has been done according to Bhupesh Baghel. Why aren't the results out? In Odisha, when Mr. Naveen Patnaik is saying, I want to do the survey, the opposition, their Congress party is opposing it. So Congress ke dant, like हाथी के दांत खाने के अलग दिखाने के अलग.
Okay, opening comments, Sanjay Jha and Ashutosh.
Yeah, happy Dussehra to everybody. Now, here is my point, Padmaja. The BJP supported Nitish Kumar when they were part of the government by passing it in the assembly that there should be a caste census. You can call it caste survey. That is nothing but just a cosmetic jargon. The truth is this. End of day, the BJP wanted a caste survey, which Nitish Kumar, actually as a chief minister, was pushing for. Why has this hypocritical party done a sudden U-turn? Number two, can somebody answer to the people of this country, COVID to khatam ho gaya hai bhaiya, abhi tak census kyun nahi shuru hua? Now we are going to enter 2024. The COVID has been used as a pretext to delay what has been the legitimate cause of the people of India. The opposition is fighting for the people of India. Ye India or Bharat ki ladai hai against the most tanashahi government of the time, which has done nothing but polarization. And look at the findings, Padmaja, of the Bihar caste survey. It is actually mirroring the 1931 census, which was publicly broadcasted. And we know that it is not a significant difference. The BJP spokesperson pointed out that the UPA did the survey in 2011 and he answered it. Yes, there were certain things to be verified, which is why it did not go public. But for 9 years, we asked them to go public and the BJP has sat on it for 9 years. Even the other day, we said, go public with whatever you have, but they refused to do so. You know why? Because the politics of Hindutva, Padmaja, will get defeated when the people who are part of the larger Hindu caste structure will realize, particularly the Dalits and more importantly the OBCs who haven't got representation in jobs and in educational institutions, that they have actually been cheated on by the BJP.
So basically you're saying that's the entire game plan, to divide Hindus along caste lines, where you will tell them, you're not Hindus, you are OBCs first, you are Dalits first, you are SC/STs first.
No, we will expose the fact that the BJP government has been a failure on the front of the economy, because if the economy had done well, if there were jobs...
But if you want to show their failure in economy, do an economic survey, right? Do a survey about how economic backwardness is there. You want to do a caste survey instead.
Well, let me tell you, Padmaja, they are both dovetailed actually. Because economically there are not enough opportunities. That's why people are desperate enough to only look for jobs from the public sector and the government. That is a hard reality of our lives today.
Okay, 10 seconds rebuttal. I want to go to the next question. Yes.
First of all, anybody who's supporting the Congress should tell us that when all these years Congress gave a nara, na jaat pe, na path pe, mohr lagegi haath pe, that means Nehru ji, Indira ji, they were all wrong because Nehru ji was the first one to oppose this. And today you have come to the line of, say, Lohia ji, who was advocating this cause. So first you should say that we have disregarded them. Secondly, you know who's the only one opposing a caste census? Here is the statement of TMC and I read out to you, Padmaja. TMC leader Saugata Roy told Indian Express, our leader Mamata Banerjee has already said that we are opposed to the caste census. We believe that the census will create division amongst the people. And this is why a resolution on this by the I.N.D.I.A alliance has not come out, because Mamata Banerjee put her foot down on it and said that no means no. Now, please, Sanjay Jha, with the eloquence you describe the BJP, who, by the way, has an OBC Prime Minister and will continue to have an OBC Prime Minister in 2024. I don't know who I.N.D.I.A alliance's Prime Ministerial candidate is. What is your view on TMC?
A quick one. Padmaja, the BJP spokesperson has scored a major self-goal. I'll tell you why. Firstly, for the benefit of the entire audience, it is an India alliance. And I will not call this party BJ party or ND party. I don't indulge in such pedestrian, puerile and pathetic conversation. The larger point, he mentioned here the caste of the Prime Minister. This is the casteist politics. You see, this is a party that divides India on religion.
But you're sidestepping the issue of what the TMC has said.
People on caste.
It doesn't suit the TMC to do this caste census.
Well, let me tell you, the TMC has said that they will back the caste survey or the caste census whenever it happens.
No. I challenge you to go and check. Please have your West Bengal reporter here right now. Padmaja, call your West Bengal reporter. This is the official stand of TMC.
Can you quote who exactly said that they are going to back a caste census? Because in all my research, it didn't show up.
Well, let me tell you, Padmaja, the hard truth. The caste census, it's like me questioning that your survey, if it looks at only UP, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Andhra Pradesh, and maybe Karnataka, you will find 90% of the people saying that we want a caste survey. It is all right to do a pan-India caste survey.
Why is he taking
Let's
the question
not do
away?
cherry picking here.
Stand of
The
TMC.
fact of the matter is that the India Alliance is batting
Stand of the
caste
TMC.
census.
Stand of the TMC.
Can I prove to you how many BJP
Stand,
leaders...
forget the BJP, Baba. You already labelled us whatever you want to label us. What is the stand of the TMC, and is I.N.D.I.A alliance with that? Is Congress with that? Yes or no? Also, why not release the results in Chhattisgarh, Karnataka, Odisha? Why are you opposing it?
Okay, I think dodging this question.
India Alliance is going to fight 2024. The caste census is going to be one of the most.
You are not even in Congress. How are you speaking for INDI?
Okay.
You are not even in the Congress, Baba.
पहले तो बीजे पार्टी से ग्रेजुएट कर
आप बीजे यात्रा में लगे थे क्या? आप बीजे यात्रा में क्या कर रहे थे?
Okay, anyway, let's go to question number 2 now. I think the silence on that question speaks very eloquently. Question number 2 we asked, is caste survey demand about social justice or politics? 29% of the people are saying this is pure politics. Only 19% think it is public welfare. 27%, and which is why they say never underestimate the wisdom of a common voter. 27% are clear about it. This is a plan to divide the Hindu vote bank, and 25% as of right now are undecided. Ashutosh ji, only 19% think that this is about public welfare, as opposed to 27% who are clear it's an attempt to try and divide the Hindu vote. Everyone can see through this.
Padmaja, I do not know the caste configuration of the sample, so I'll keep my words reserved. But there are 5 questions which has to be asked and which has to be answered. The issue is that whether the BJP supports caste census or not. The first question. Because the Sushil Modi says something else, Devendra Fadnavis says something else, Giriraj Singh says something else, Prime Minister Narendra Modi says something else. I am a bit confused about BJP's caste census. Secondly, should the caste census be done or not? This is another thing on which the BJP and the central government should come clean on this. Third question is, should caste system be demolished? Because this is perceived as something which is as a matter of repression, is used as a matter of repression for the dominance. The fourth is, it is not about economic justice that the people are talking about reservation. It's about social justice. Social justice is how caste is used to dehumanize people by a certain section of the society. And every day you read any newspaper, you will find such कि किसी की मूछें हैं तो इसलिए उसको बेइज्जत किया गया, किसी को घोड़ी पे चढ़ के आ रहा तो उसको बेइज्जत किया. Who are these people? I don't need to elaborate on that. I think this is self-explanatory. And the fifth one, the issue is why only 15% of the population should overwhelmingly dominate over the government jobs and the resources. These are the 5 questions which needs to be answered.
But Ashutosh ji, today's debate is not about what the BJP thinks of a caste census. It is about how the voter perceives this entire caste census card, and the voter doesn't really think that this is going to benefit even those who are backward. It's not like suddenly OBCs are going to start doing better because caste census has taken place.
But I just want to remind you that the debate which has happened just before this question was entirely about where the Congress party stands on the issue of caste census and other things. And that's why I'm inferring that this is about politics by the different political parties. See, the issue is that this is a civilizational question, that who are these 15% of the population who overwhelmingly dominated the resources, and how the Baba Saheb Ambedkar, Jyotiba Phule, Narayan Guru, Periyar, they think that this caste system is oppressive systems and they have been dehumanized. And that's why they were in favor of demolishing the caste structure. How many of these panelists belong to the OBC and the ST community?
Actually,
how many of them? All of them. All of them. ठीक है, बीजेपी वो पसमंदा के
नहीं आपके अलावा मेरे अलावा बाकी सारे आप मेरे अलावा बाकी सारे संपन्न जो वर्ग है उन्हीं से हैं। ये फैक्ट है।
About the caste oppression, we are debating about the caste census.
You know, sir, since we are talking about individuals and their jati, of the 5 states which are going into elections right now, 3 of them have OBC chief ministers. We are saying that OBCs find no representation, no social justice, they are backward, ignored. Shivraj Singh Chauhan is OBC, Ashok Gehlot is OBC, Bhupesh Baghel is OBC.
Then
Overwhelmingly, the states going into elections, they are all OBC.
They support caste census. Then the BJP should come out openly and say we support caste system. We support caste census.
Okay, Harshvardhan ji wants to respond.
Why?
नहीं पद्मजा, मुझे बड़ा आश्चर्य हुआ और ये आशुतोष जी लगभग हर डिबेट में आजकल पूछ रहे हैं। राहुल गांधी जी ने भी पत्रकारों से पूछ लिया था। अब मुझे नहीं पता है कि पत्रकारिता करते हुए पहले आपको ये बताना है कि किस जाति से हैं, फिर आरक्षण मिलेगा उसके बाद, और मुझे नहीं पता कि संपादक रहते हुए आशुतोष जी ने कितने ओबीसी एससी एसटी को नौकरी दी होगी जो अब तक संपादक हो गए होते, तो शायद आज पैनल में भी कोई होते। और अगर पैनल में इस तरह से बिठाने से कुछ ठीक होता तो फिर उसी सवाल पर तुरंत आशुतोष जी आ जाते हैं कि क्यों कास्ट सेंसस को सपोर्ट नहीं करना चाहिए, जब उन्हें पता चलता है कि देश के सबसे बड़े राज्य उत्तर प्रदेश, दूसरे एक बहुत बड़े राज्य मध्य प्रदेश, बिहार, फिर मध्य प्रदेश, फिर राजस्थान, फिर छत्तीसगढ़, इन सब जगह पर ओबीसी चीफ मिनिस्टर्स हैं। हम साउथ की तरफ जाते हैं तो वहां पूरी तरह से एंटी फॉरवर्ड, एंटी ब्राह्मण, जो भी आप कह लीजिए वो राजनीति है, वहां वो लोग हैं, वहां तो कोई सत्ता में नहीं है। हम देश के दूसरे हिस्से में जाते हैं तो वहां भी कोई ब्राह्मण पॉलिटिक्स नहीं है, चाहे आप महाराष्ट्र की बात कर लें, गुजरात की बात कर लें। उसके बाद ये जब कहते हैं कि ये इकोनॉमिक नहीं सोशल इशू है, तो फिर जाति गिनने की जरूरत है या अपना दिमाग ठीक करने की जरूरत है, अपना व्यवहार ठीक करने की जरूरत है, आपके मन में जो घृणा जहर है उसे ठीक करने की जरूरत है। आज के समय में निश्चित तौर पर जातियों को इस तरह से देखा जाना बंद करना चाहिए। हमें आगे बढ़ना ही पड़ेगा और उसी बाबा साहब के संविधान के तहत, जिसको हमारे देश के फाउंडिंग फादर्स ने बैठकर तय किया, और इसीलिए उसमें एससी एसटी का जिक्र है। लेकिन दुर्भाग्य से हमारे देश के सभी राजनीतिक दल उस राजनीति में पड़े और लगातार ओबीसी चीफ मिनिस्टर्स के होने के बावजूद, लगातार इतनी बड़ी संख्या में उनका प्रतिनिधित्व होने के बावजूद अगर ये सब नहीं हटाए तो इसका सीधा सा मतलब है कि हम ये तरीका ही गलत अपना रहे हैं। कास्ट सेंसस से नहीं, जब तक आप हर किसी को बराबर के अवसर नहीं देंगे, एक दूसरे के खिलाफ लड़ाना ही नहीं बंद करेंगे, और कुछ नेता और कुछ लोग जो इस वक्त के समय में फिट नहीं हो रहे हैं, वही जाति जाति चिल्ला रहे हैं, वही चाहते हैं कि एक दूसरे से लड़ते रहिए। ठीक है, देश जाएगा भाड़ में, इनको क्या करना है, उससे क्या फर्क पड़ना है, फिर ज्ञान देने के लिए होगा कौन कितना है, कैसे है, उसको तय कर लेंगे।
ओके, आशुतोष रिस्पॉन्ड।
क्योंकि मेरा नाम लिया गया, बड़ा अच्छा होता अगर यह कहा जाता कि जाति के आधार पर इस समाज में कोई घृणा ही नहीं है। जब जब इस देश के अंदर लालू प्रसाद यादव, मायावती, कांशीराम, मुलायम सिंह यादव, स्टालिन ये खड़े होकर अपनी जाति के इंसाफ की बात करते हैं, तब तब उनको बताया जाता, उनको समझाया जाता कि आप समाज में घृणा फैला रहे हैं। वो कौन लोग हैं जो पिछले 3,000 साल से घृणा फैला रहे थे और लोगों को इंसान नहीं समझ रहे थे? ये तो खुद आरएसएस के प्रमुख मोहन भागवत ने कहा है। उन लोगों की पहचान क्यों नहीं होनी चाहिए? उनकी जातियां क्या हैं? वो किस समाज से आते हैं? मैं नहीं कह रहा हूं, बाबा साहब अम्बेडकर, ये तो मोहन भागवत ने कहा है। तो मोहन भागवत से जाके लड़िए ना कि 2000 साल तक किसने उनको पशुओं के समान रखा? आप इसमें चर्चा नहीं करना चाहते। जब आप इसमें चर्चा करते हैं तो उसको जाति उन्माद बता दिया जाता है, हेटेड कर दिया जाता है, क्योंकि 15% लोग जो हैं इस देश की 85% जो नौकरियां हैं उन पर कुंडली मार के, कब्जा मार के बैठे हुए, हटना नहीं चाहते।
बट सर राइट नाउ ओके जस्ट 20 सेकंड्स
पद्मजा, सिर्फ
सवाल पूछा जाता है, जब ये सवाल पूछा जाता है तो हमेशा लालू प्रसाद यादव का, मुलायम सिंह यादव का, काशीराम का, मायावती का जाति के नाम पर अपमानित किया जाता है, उनको हे दृष्टि से देखा
नहीं पद्मजा,
कभी किसी जाति के लोगों के बारे में बात नहीं की जाती। ऐसा क्यों है? ये नफरत क्यों है?
नहीं, ये विशुद्ध झूठ बोल रहे हैं आशुतोष जी। ये देश के बड़े राज्यों के मुख्यमंत्री रहे हैं, इनका सम्मान किया जा रहा है। हम कह रहे हैं कि ये मुख्यमंत्री है, कैसी भाई ये अपमान करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। ये आशुतोष जी जिस तरह के कुतर्क लेकर आ रहे हैं, स्टालिन का कोई अपमान कर सकता है? स्टालिन सनातन का अपमान कर सकते हैं, उनके परिवार के लोग सनातन और हिंदू धर्म का अपमान कर सकते हैं। और सबसे बड़ी बात, जो लोग आज ये डिबेट कर रहे हैं उन्होंने अपनी पोजीशंस में रहते हुए इस बारे में कोई चिंता नहीं की। और मैं तो कहता हूं कि अगर आपको सब कुछ जाति से करना है तो क्यों नहीं एक उदाहरण पेश करते हैं कि सारे के सारे, कम से कम जो लोग इस जाति से आते हैं, और मैं तो कह रहा हूं किसने उत्पीड़ित किया? ब्राह्मण बनिया उत्पीड़न करते हैं, यानी हर्षवर्धन त्रिपाठी और आशुतोष जी, मैं नहीं ले रहा हूं क्योंकि आशुतोष जी जाति नाम नहीं लगाते हैं, मैं भी नहीं चाहता हूं कोई जाति के नाम से मुझे पहचाने, लेकिन हर डिबेट में आशुतोष जी की आदत होती है वो यहीं से शुरू करते हैं, कितने लोग पैनल में किस जाति के हैं, मैं इससे शुरू नहीं करता हूं, मैंने नाम नहीं लिया था, मैं सिर्फ आपको आईना दिखा रहा हूं।
Okay, let me again come back to the point. Are we see if we are
No.
Okay.
क्योंकि मेरा नाम लेके कहा गया इसलिए मुझे जवाब देना
okay, but final 20 seconds, please. But I really must go on to the other
लेकिन
questions.
किसी ने लालू जी और मुलायम जी और मायावती का अपमान नहीं किया, आपने क्यों ये झूठ बोला? किसी ने अपमान नहीं किया इस पैनल में।
एक मिनट हर डिबेट के अंदर मैं तो किसी का नाम लेकर नहीं बोलता हूं, मैंने तो कभी हर्षवर्धन का नाम ले लिया, मेरा नाम 5 बार लेने की जरूरत क्यों पड़ती भाई? अगर मैंने कोई गुस्ताखी अपनी जिंदगी में की, मैंने अपनी गलती की, तो क्या मुझे पश्चाताप करने का अधिकार नहीं है?
सर,
लेकिन ये डिबेट क्यों नहीं होनी चाहिए? बिल्कुल अंदर वो कौन लोग हैं जिन्होंने 2000 साल तक दूसरे समाज के लोगों को पशु के समान रखा?
Because sir, the facts at hand, let me again talk about facts. You are saying that 15% of the population, and you're referring to forward caste, बाकी सबको दबा करके आए हैं. Are we saying that Ashok Gehlot was made the chief minister and not Sachin Pilot because of the castes of the two? That Bhupesh Baghel was made the chief minister and not T.S. Singh Deo because of the castes of the two? That Shivraj Singh Chauhan has been made chief minister because of what his caste is? Or that KCR continues to be a successful 2-term chief minister because people saw what his caste is? We need to take that decision, but I really must go on to the next question. We will come back. I think this is the overall theme of this entire survey, but we really must gauge what people are saying. The next question, who do you see benefiting? And I think this will answer a lot of these debates that we are having over here. People are way smarter than what we may think or politicians may think. Who do you think benefits from caste politics? 28% say politicians, 21% say common people, 34% actually say nobody. There is no outcome of this. It's an exercise in futility which is being revived at the time of elections. More than 1/3 of the people are saying nobody stands to benefit from this entire exercise. Does your Neta's caste matter? That's the next question that we asked to the people who were surveyed. Elections, does your Neta's caste matter? Let's see what the answer to that question is. And the answer to that question, if we can just quickly go to that question, the fourth question that we have, the Neta should be of the same caste, say only 15% of the people. 44% actually say the caste religion does not matter. And mind you, the names that we have taken right now are only some of the Netas in the recent past. We have got cases of Kalyan Singh. We have got cases of Uma Bharti. All of them have led their state successfully. We wonder if it was their caste which brought them to that point. 27% say important to have vision for development. 14% can't say. 44% are actually saying, and let me bring in the BRS on this, do you, Mr. Dinesh Chaudhary, buy into the argument of, oh, caste of the chief minister is what really matters? 44% of the people are saying, we don't care, you should have a vision for development.
Padmaja, definitely people always look at a leader irrespective of his caste, creed or religion. But going to the other side of this argument, no matter how eloquently we put it or how poetically we try to portray it, caste definitely plays a major part in our society in these days. And particularly OBC section has been marginalized for much more longer because they don't have whatever means or provisions in the constitution to empower their communities or to enjoy the fruits of what Baba Saheb Ambedkar or other backward leaders have envisioned. So we have advocated for caste census, and our chief minister has particularly written to the Prime Minister of India to introduce 33% reservation to OBCs, because OBCs are a very vast constitute a vast part of our society, and particularly to our belief more than 50%. And out of them, many of them are belonging to most backward classes.
So actually, since you are from Telangana, the BRS, I want to quote the specific example of Telangana, sir. I was looking at the tickets that have been given so far. Do you know the maximum number of tickets are actually given to forward castes? by all parties barring the BJP, where 19 tickets in Telangana have been given to OBCs by the BJP. 19 have also been given to forward caste, 12 of them are Reddys, and SC/ST has been given 12 tickets. As opposed to this, the highest number of tickets by the Congress is actually to forward caste, Sanjay Jha. 17 tickets are given to the dominant community of Reddys. So it is great that you want empowerment and, forward movement of OBCs. How about actually giving some more OBCs tickets? At that time, the reviled 15%, which is the forward caste, are given tickets by your party. Why? Give it to OBCs.
Okay. Yeah, Padmaja, here is the point that I would like to make.
Padmaja,
I will just come back to you, Mr. Chaudhary. Quick word from the Congress supporter. Yes.
Yeah. So if you look at the Bihar caste survey results, what does it tell you? It tells you that roughly 85% of Bihar's population of 13 crore people or 130 million people are Dalits.
Sir, I'm talking about Telangana. You said that the Congress believes in emancipation. I quoted to you data to show that they gave maximum tickets to forward caste. Who they are saying are the horriblest people on the planet who are always suppressing others. Why are you giving them tickets?
Yeah, Padmaja, I'm just coming to the point. I was just extrapolating a point. If you just have patience, this is an important debate. Let me make my point here, please.
Okay.
Here is the point. In Bihar, if I aggregate the Dalits, the scheduled tribe, and the OBCs, 85% of the population of 130 million are backward. Okay? What does it tell you? I respect your survey, but clearly your survey sample, as Ashutosh clearly pointed out, may not be representative of the sample representation based on the caste divisions. Point number one. Therefore, you have to take it with a pinch of salt. Point number two, you're talking about Telangana. I agree with you that when it comes to giving tickets to candidates, there are the permutation and combination of factors that come into play. But look at the BJP in Uttar Pradesh, where 20% of the population is Muslims. They don't give one candidate or two candidates even a ticket. I mean, this is the party that has the moral, shall we say, illegitimacy to comment on this subject. I mean, they are irrelevant.
I'm not even taking their comment. I am asking you the question, why don't you empower the people on behalf whom you claim to speak? Give them the tickets. Then you will say, why are all the MLAs in this house all upper caste? Because you gave upper caste tickets.
Padmaja, let me answer you. You answered it yourself. We have got OBC chief ministers in Mr. Gehlot and Mr. Baghel, and we are not in 100 states. And the second point, which has to be said here before the program ends.
Were they chosen because they're OBCs? So you are against the Gujar caste. That's why you didn't make Sachin Pilot chief minister, because he's Gujar and he's not OBC.
The reason why the BJP, let me finish, madam. The reason why the BJP is panicking, क्योंकि ये हिंदुत्व का जो मजहब का जो सियासत है उसका पूरा पर्दाफाश हो रहा है.
Okay, all right. Quick word from
प्रश्न.
But you didn't answer my question. Did Mr. T.S. Singh Deo lose out because he's a royal and he's not OBC? Did Sachin Pilot lose out because गुजरों को कोई पूछता नहीं है राजस्थान में in the Congress? Anyhow, quick 30 seconds शहजाद पूनावाला.
बोले उससे पहले एक लाइन फिर बोलूं.
जो भी जवाब दें.
देखिए, असली बात संजय झा ने बोल दी. ये सारी लड़ाई ये है कि हिंदू बट जाए, हिंदू वोटर नहीं. ये सारी जो कोशिशें हैं, ये सब लोग आपस में मुस्कुराते हुए बात करते हैं कि देखो ऐसे गड़बड़ होगी, वरना इस सेंसस में तो कुछ आया ही नहीं जिससे कि कुछ नुकसान होता.
ये सवाल हमने पूछा था. वील कम टू दैट. शहजाद पूनावाला.
देखिए, पहले तो मैं आपको बता दूं कि जितने भारतीय जनता पार्टी के ओबीसी सांसद है, मतलब 83, उतने तो कांग्रेस के कुल सांसद नहीं है. 40% हमारे एमएलसी है, हमारे 29 मिनिस्टर्स ओबीसी है और हमारे देश के प्रधानमंत्री ओबीसी है. मैं एक सवाल पूछना चाहता हूं, क्योंकि सामाजिक न्याय से जोड़ा आशुतोष जी ने इसको. सामाजिक न्याय मतलब कि राजीव गांधी, इंदिरा गांधी और मनमोहन सिंह का प्रधानमंत्री बनना सामाजिक न्याय नहीं था ना. और आज सामाजिक न्याय हो रहा है ना कि एक ओबीसी व्यक्ति प्रधानमंत्री. दूसरी बात, मेरी सिंपल क्वेश्चन है, जितनी जिसकी हिस्सेदारी उतनी उनकी संख्या भारी, यह है पैमाना. तो दो सवाल है आशुतोष जी, संजय जी और बीआरएस के व्यक्ति. क्या यही पैमाना डिलिमिटेशन में भी लागू होना चाहिए? वहां पर जनसंख्या नहीं होना चाहिए, ये कहा जा रहा है. और दूसरी बात, अगर यही पैमाना है तो हिंदुओं की संख्या ज्यादा है, फिर अल्पसंख्यकों का पहला अधिकार संसाधनों पर नहीं हो सकता. इस बात को भी माने. संजय साहब, यही प्रिंसिपल है ना, जिसकी जितनी संख्या भारी. और बिहार में कुर्मी की कितनी संख्या है, तो बता दीजिए कि वहां पर आप कब चेंज कर रहे हो सीएम. और 85% बैकवर्ड है, आपने कह दिया, बहुत अच्छी बात है, ओबीसी है और बाकी बैकवर्ड है, ठीक है. आप मुझे बताइए, बिहार का सर्वे करवा दिया ना, सामाजिक न्याय मतलब एससी एसटी को तो हमने रिजर्वेशन पॉलिटिकली दिया है। बिहार में आप पॉलिटिकल रिजर्वेशन देने वाले ओबीसी को, बता दीजिए।
नहीं, मुस्लिम को क्यों नहीं? सबसे ज्यादा तो मुस्लिम है बिहार,
बता दीजिए।
मुस्लिम चीफ मिनिस्टर बनाइए, उसकी बात क्यों नहीं करते?
Okay, I want to go to the next question before we take this forward. The next question we asked is, do you agree with the Prime Minister when he says it's more important to survey the poor over caste? Remember, we asked earlier, economic survey more important or caste survey? Again, look at the variation in the same vein of this question. Do you agree with the Prime Minister when he says it's more important to survey the poor over caste? Economic prosperity is more important than what your caste is, and 43% said yes. I want to be upwardly mobile. It's more important what cash is in my pocket rather than what caste is in my caste certificate. Only 19% oppose that idea. 24% say important to survey both, and 14% can't say. Next question we asked, what should be the basis of making government policies in the 21st century? Are we going to look backwards, or are we going to look forward at being financially upwardly mobile? 44% said yes. Money is the new jati. What is my financial status? Is my lot in life getting better? Only 19% think it's caste, even lesser 14% think it's religion, and 23% can't say. If Modi's Vikas push powers his 2024 return, what happens to the caste census issue? Again, 24% people said that, which is the most significant issue? Pardon me, that's the question. Which is the most significant issue of 2024? Narendra Modi, Hindutva, United Opposition, or caste? And 24% still said that for them, Narendra Modi still remains a big issue. 27% have said a United Opposition. 28% found caste to be the main issue over there. And again, that is what I come back to. Ashutosh ji, look at what people are saying. Common people are saying, please focus on our economic health. Caste is being discounted by people as an important factor in their life. You're muted, Ashutosh ji.
मैं चाहता हूं कि हमारे पैनलिस्ट इस बात को गंभीरता के साथ सुने और उस पर चर्चा भी। पहली बात तो यह है कि जो मैंने 15% की बात की है, आप उनको 20% आरक्षण दीजिए, 80% जनता है वो अपने आप को कंपीट करेगी। जनरल कैटेगरी में उसको क्या प्रॉब्लम है? आपको जितनी आपकी पॉपुलेशन उससे ज्यादा को आपको आरक्षण दिया जा रहा है और आप 80% को छोड़ दीजिए। पहली बात तो ये। दूसरी बात यह है कि ये जो लोग करते हैं अपने बेटे बेटियों की शादी करते समय क्या इकोनॉमिक प्रॉस्पेरिटी देखते हैं या गोत्र देखते हैं या जाति देखते हैं? और जब लड़का इंटरफेथ मैरिज करने की बात करता है, इंटरकास्ट मैरिज करने की बात करता है, तो कौन किसको जिंदा जला देता है, कौन किसे कत्ल करता है, ये कोई छुपी हुई बात है क्या? हम किस दुनिया की बात कर रहे हैं? इस देश के अंदर जाति के अलावा कोई दूसरी पहचान ही नहीं है। और बाकी तो छोड़ दीजिए, अपर कास्ट लोअर कास्ट की बात में छोड़ दीजिए। यहां तक कि जो ब्राह्मण है, जो क्षत्रिय है, जो वैश्य है, वो अगर किसी दूसरे उसमें शादी कर लेते उसी जाति के अंदर, तो वहां भी गोलियां चल जाती है, लोगों का मर्डर होता है। और आप कह रही इकोनॉमिक प्रॉस्पेरिटी की बात।
Sir, with the greatest of respect, I personally know a lot of people who will check the bank balance of the spouse they are getting married to, men and women. वो कहेंगे भाई लड़का कितना कमा रहा है, लड़की कितनी कमा रही है। I beg to differ. But anyway, this is anecdotal evidence.
नहीं, लेकिन ठीक है, ये अच्छा पॉइंट है। आशुतोष जी ने गंभीर सवाल उठाया है।
Padmaja, I will not say that you are cut off from the reality. You just take out Times of India and every newspaper and see the matrimonial. Just see that. All of them are anglicized, all of them are well-read, all of them are educated, but look at what are their demand. Are they demanding the bride and the bridegroom from within the same caste? Are they giving the criteria, economic prosperity as the criteria?
But do you think that's a good practice? Do you think that's a good practice?
It's a worst practice.
Then why are we pandering to it? We are saying let's go towards the good development where people only think of your economic prosperity and not caste. We are saying 80% of people are doing horrible things which are casteist. Let's pander to them.
पद्मजा, मैं तो इतनी इसी बात कह रहा हूं कि संजय झा बुरा ना माने, लेकिन बड़े बड़े इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकर जो करोड़ों रुपए कमाते हैं, जब अपनी बेटियों की शादी की बात आती है तो सिर्फ जाति देखते हैं, इसके अलावा कुछ नहीं देखते हैं।
Okay,
सच्चाई है इस देश की।
Okay, very quickly, Harshvardhan ji, then I want to bring back the BRS amendments. Yes.
सिर्फ 30 सेकंड में। देखिए, मैं आशुतोष जी को जानता हूं, ये भले व्यक्ति हैं, वो सही बात कह रहे हैं। और मुश्किल ये कि ये अच्छी बात कहते हुए ये जाति से ही पूरा देश चल रहा है, जाति से आगे कैसे जाएंगे? जो लोग इकोनॉमिकली बेहतर होते जा रहे हैं, वही होंगे जो अंतरजातीय विवाह कर रहे हैं, उन्हीं के समाज में बेहतरी हो रही है। आशुतोष जी जैसे लोग या जो भी ऐसे लोग हैं, और आशुतोष जी कहेंगे मैं उनका नाम ले रहा हूं, लेकिन इसलिए ले रहा हूं कि हम उन्हीं से बात करके अच्छे से समझ रहे हैं। इस देश को जाति से बाहर ले जाना है। संविधान इसलिए बना था, इसलिए हम कह रहे थे कि लोकतंत्र को आगे बढ़ाएंगे। जाति गिन के अगर आप कुछ बेहतर कर सकते हैं तो बिहार में आपने जाति गिन ली, एक अच्छा मॉडल तैयार करके दिखाइए और उसके बाद कहिए कि पूरे देश में हम सिर्फ जाति गिनेंगे, आगे लोगों को नहीं ले जाएंगे।
ओके मिस्टर चौधरी, सर आप ही दोनों आपस में बात करते रहिए, तो बाकी लोग क्या करेंगे?
भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार को संसद के अंदर एक कानून बनाना चाहिए कि इस देश के अंदर सिर्फ इंटरकास्ट मैरिजेस होगी, बस अपनी जाति के
What happened to free choice? Why should anyone?
ये भी तो कमाल हुआ ना। आप भी इस तरह से तो आप एक कहेंगे अपना, ये भी तो फांसीवाद जैसा हो जाएगा ना कि आप कहेंगे कि यही बस करो। अरे भाई जिसकी जो मर्जी है वो करेगा। हमारे बच्चे, किसी के बच्चे जो तय करेंगे वो करेंगे। हम कौन होते हैं उनको फोर्स करने वाले? सर कैसी बात कर रहे हैं?
एक सेकंड, शहजाद पूनवाला, आशुतोष जी कल को आप कहेंगे सारे इंटर रिलीजन मैरिज
हो गए, लिबरल होते कट्टर हो गए।
मैं केवल एक चीज कहना चाहता हूं। उन्होंने अभी आशुतोष जी आपके बीच में नहीं बोला। पिछले लगातार मुझे लगता है 30-35 वर्ष, 33 वर्ष कम से कम बिहार में यही लोग मुख्यमंत्री है, या तो नीतीश कुमार या लालू प्रसाद यादव। मतलब सामाजिक न्याय की सरकारें ही चल रही है। तो बिहार की स्थिति क्यों नहीं बदली? बिहार की स्थिति इसलिए नहीं बदली क्योंकि ये लोग अपनी जाति के बारे में भी नहीं सोचते, केवल परिवार के बारे में सोचते हैं। एक सेकंड संजय जी, आई डिड नॉट इंटरप्ट यू। They do not even think about the poor Yadav from their community. They only think of 2 Yadavs born in their own house. And that is the real problem. ये जातिवाद तो एक बहाना है, ये परिवार को आगे बढ़ाना है। दूसरी बात मैं आपसे पूछना चाहता हूं, मान्यवर बताइए कि आज सब लोग जो ये कह रहे सर्वे में भी एक नई जाति उत्पन्न हो रही है, लाभार्थियों की जाति। और वो जाति ये है कि वो जाति नहीं देखती, वो गरीबी देखती है। इसलिए प्रधानमंत्री की जो भी योजना है वो गरीब तक पहुंचती है, चाहे वो मुद्रा योजना हो, नल से जल हो, शौचालय हो, गरीबों के आवास बनने हो। ये लाभार्थी वर्ग है और यही सर्वे में दिखाई दे रहा है। और मान्यवर यहां के सर्वे पर सवाल बाद में उठाना, आपके बिहार के सर्वे पर आप ही के सांसद सुनील कुमार पिंटू सवाल उठा रहे हैं, तो उसके बारे में बताइए। तो उसके बारे में कोई जवाब नहीं है।
Okay, let me bring in the BRS again because he's been waiting. Mr. Chaudhary, do you think it is still, a message that you want to give that caste is a factor that is kept in mind by government by formulating policies? Because people don't agree. People are saying that financial well-being and financial well-being alone should guide government policy. Then what's the place for all this caste?
Padmaja, all those concepts which you have been speaking about, they would be meaningful when everybody has a level playing field. But we are still living in a society, let me tell you, where few communities cannot tolerate people from downtrodden sections to ride a horse for his marriage procession. And let me tell you, there are few states where 2-class systems are still applicable in hotels, one for backward classes and one for forward classes. And there are places of worship where certain communities are not even allowed to step inside the temple. So, unless these sort of discrepancies go away, all those concepts which we speak about, they will have no meaning in our society.
But do you think that a caste survey is going to get rid of all of this? Caste survey is going to get rid of these discrepancies. No, sure, they exist in
by
society.
By caste census, you get the... No, by caste census, Padmaja, please give me time. By caste census, you get a idea of how many people belonging to OBC, how many people belong to SC, ST and other communities. So, by
getting an idea, discrimination will stop.
They are trying to get rightful share in every... No, but they will get rightful representation in reservations which will amount to empowerment of their social, political status.
What you described is a law and order issue.
So they need
one
to be
second,
given
one
due
second, sir. With
representation.
due respect, I don't interrupt. What you described, one second. What you described, one second, sir.
Due representation.
Sir, one second. You spoke of a issue which is a law and order issue. If supposing there's a person allegedly from one caste and he's not allowed to ride a horse, and he's beaten up by somebody else. It's a law and order issue. How does caste survey and representation help in that case? Your police is incompetent, sir.
That was in Gujarat. He was killed.
No, it isn't. Actually, in Rajasthan registers the highest caste atrocities, sir, for your kind information.
Where your prime minister
For your kind information. No, it is our prime minister. Your prime minister is not. Your prime minister is not Shehzad Sharif.
Of caste system.
Your prime minister is not Shehzad Sharif. Your prime minister is also Narendra Modi. Even though you may think that you're a separate country or entity, your prime minister is also Modi.
I haven't interrupted you.
No, your prime minister is also an OBC called Prime Minister Modi.
Let me make
Are you
my
ashamed
point
of an OBC being your prime minister? No, are you ashamed of an OBC prime minister? That's why you said your prime minister.
Yeah,
Isn't he
we are
yours?
ashamed of our prime minister in many ways, but not of his caste.
Okay.
For his fakery.
Woven by legends, stitched by traditions, the heritage of India is a festival of creativity, innovation and progress. I.N.D.I.A is proud to be a part of this celebration. I.N.D.I.A Ionic 5. Power your world.
जब भरोसे की हो बैकिंग तो निवेश का हर फैसला बन जाता है बुलंद। इसीलिए हम खड़े हैं हर निवेश के लिए, हर निवेशक के साथ। SBI Securities.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.
बोल्टास बैको
ये 30 दिन तक फ्रूट्स और
को
वेजिटेबल्स
फ्रेश रखता है और तुमने मान लिया। लेकिन वैसे भी 30 दिन की सब्जियां कौन खाता है?
तो
वोल्टास बेको डुअल कूलिंग रेफ्रिजरेटर की स्टोर फ्रेश टेक्नोलॉजी से सब्जियां 30 दिन तक फ्रेश रह सकती हैं।
Voltas Beko, tested by real moms.
Why go elsewhere when you can save up to rupees 8,000 on your car insurance on Policy Bazaar? Can't believe it? You explain.
जब पॉलिसी बाजार पर कार इंश्योरेंस पे 8,000 रुपए तक बचत सकते हैं तो कहीं और क्यों जाना है?
पॉलिसी बाजार से कंपेयर करके कार इंश्योरेंस खरीदो और 8,000 रुपए तक बचाओ।
कल नहीं आए? क्या हुआ?
सर वो मेरे सर में सर एक्चुअली सर मेरा मन नहीं था।
Be honest, be more milk. Amul.
When your loved ones go through the pain of shingles, it may feel like the pain of a lot of nails piercing your body or an unbearable burning sensation at every moment.
Every 1 in 3 people aged 50 years or above may develop shingles. But it is possible to protect your loved ones from shingles through vaccination.
So to know more about shingles and its prevention, consult your doctor today.
The all-new TVS Apache RTR 164V Special Edition. Unstoppable, unskippable.
इक्विटी में इन्वेस्ट कर, ग्रोथ का है चांस। डेट में है लो रिस्क, बात मेरी मान।
गोल्ड सिर्फ गोल्ड, भैया ने भी यही किया।
सुन सबकी कर मल्टी, मतलब मल्टी एसेट एलोकेशन फंड, यानी 3-in-1 फंड। ये इक्विटी, डेट, गोल्ड तीनों में एक साथ इन्वेस्ट करें। म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है। योजना से जुड़े सभी दस्तावेज ध्यान पूर्वक पढ़ें।
हर खरीदारी के साथ एक गोल्ड कॉइन मुफ्त।
हैप्पी दिवाली!
कल्याण ज्वेलर्स।
Your issues become our agenda. From airfares to government high-handedness, we voice your concerns and demand answers for your questions.
4 से 5 घंटे की बिजली कटौती हो रही है।
टिकट बहुत दिक्कत हो रही है मैडम।
Because we believe in fighting for what is right. Mirror now, you first.
Let's go on to the next few questions. The next question that we asked the people that we surveyed. Let's go on to the next question. We said caste survey and election. What's behind Cong demand? Caste brought up in run-up only to elections. 29% say this. 23% consider it a serious move. 21% say it's an attempt to be serious by projecting one issue as the mainstay of their campaign. 27% can't say. The next question that we asked is, what do you think about the caste census in Congress-ruled states? 39% think it is right. 32% are saying it's for votes. 29% can't say. Then we asked, should there be a caste census in BJP ruled states. And here is the answer. 49% think it is a trap set by the opposition. Remember, earlier people have said, किसी का कुछ खास भला नहीं होने वाला है. Maybe it will get a few votes. 49% are calling it out as an opposition trap. What about the other states, the ones which are ruled by other I.N.D.I.A parties? What is your opinion on caste census? In non-BJP, non-Congress ruled states, 33% again are saying, and this is a message being sent out by the people again and again, a poverty census is necessary. The voter is sending out the message again and again, make my life better, give me money, give me a house, I need to educate my children. Thoughts on this? Shehzad Poonawalla, let's ask Sanjay Jha first. Sanjay Jha, please, specific to all of these numbers, do you agree that the overwhelming message from people is that maybe an economic survey is better, a survey of economically how people are doing, irrespective of their caste?
Okay, Padmaja, there are some pertinent points that we need to cover before your discussion is over, and I will put them for you to discuss with the others. Number one, the reason why reservations and the caste survey becomes important is because Mr. Modi's government has been an economic disaster. And I have data and I can point it out to you, but let me take only the GDP figure, because that tells you in a way the state of the economy. In the last 4 years, the average GDP of India since 2019 is below 3.9%, is around averaging around 3.7%. Obviously, there are no private sector jobs. Obviously, people don't have money to work, to study in private educational institutions, which is why the desperation has gone high. Number two, look at your own survey. 28% people put caste above Modi and Hindutva. I think the BJP will get a sleepless night tonight. United opposition is second highest, much more important than Modi and Hindutva, the only two factors on which the BJP fights an election. And the third point, has India forgotten their views on Rohit Vemula, who committed suicide? You think India has forgotten that picture in Unna in Gujarat when 7 Dalits were being flogged by people who are cow vigilantes? You know India is practicing the most vicious casteism under Modi. And I want to tell the two BJP pravaktas on your show कि भैया जो लव जिहाद के जो आप विरुद्ध में हैं, आप इंटरकास्ट मैरिज के सडनली आप वहां पर उसके एक प्रवक्ता बन गए हैं. अरे भैया, when you play the politics of religious animosity, it shows your true face.
Okay. Shehzad Poonawalla, then Harshvardhan. Yes.
Sanjay Jha said that the reason why this entire caste survey business has come up is because economically India is not doing well, private sector is shrinking, and therefore the only space left is in the public sector. Why then would you perpetuate something that Ambedkar ji said get rid of, casteless society banana hai, and not say that this is our economic roadmap, we will increase the private sector? I mean, you claim to be the party that gave this country liberalization, privatization. Wouldn't, one second, now don't interrupt me. I did not interrupt you. So, one second, don't interrupt, Padmaja.
I'm agreeing with you.
One at a time, sir. We'll come back to you.
Padmaja,
30
we are
seconds,
in an election year. The elections are due in the next few months. Why isn't the Congress party which said na jaat pe na paat pe muhar lagegi haath pe once upon a time, not saying this is an economic roadmap and everybody will get an opportunity? In fact, it is the Prime Minister who says no tushtikaran, santushtikaran means 100% saturation for all, irrespective of what caste or religion you belong to. Secondly, Sanjay Jha, as far as Dalit atrocities are concerned, there are documented 200 atrocities that have taken place across the country in Congress-ruled states, and Rajasthan leads in Dalit atrocities. But the reason you did not open your mouth is because the oppressor was a Muslim or was a Muslim vote bank that you could not offend. So much for your Jai Bhim. When it comes in front of the meme, you do not open your mouth. Please do not interrupt me. Mr. Sanjay Jha, that's the least you can do. You can be courteous. And lastly, let me complete my point. He keeps interrupting. Lastly, Sanjay Jha, why don't you tell me, after scratching your head, that ever since the Congress has come to existence, how many prime ministers have you made from the OBC or Dalit caste? Please tell me. In fact, the first prime minister who's completed his tenure from the OBC background is Prime Minister Modi, who's completed his full tenure.
Okay.
So kindly tell me who's your India Alliance Prime Minister.
Okay, the last 2 minutes I am going to give to the non-political voices. And the final question is, do you see the demand for caste census as a counter to BJP's Hindutva politics? That was our final question. And again, it is quite clear where people say, yes, caste census is to counter the Hindutva push. 23% say yes, 17% say to some extent. So 40% of the people are agreeing. Final word, Harshvardhan ji and Ashutosh ji, you go first. It's a Hindutva push ka cart.
पद्मजा, एक लाइन की बात है, देश में पहली बार इतना ताकतवर पिछड़ी जाति का प्रधानमंत्री बना है। ये सारा गिरोह जो लगा हुआ है, ये सब पिछड़ी जाति के प्रधानमंत्री के विरोधी हैं। इनको और कोई रास्ता नहीं सूझता, क्योंकि वो पिछड़ी जाति का नेता हिंदुओं का नेता बन गया है। उसको जाति से ऊपर लोग नेता मान रहे हैं। न तो गुजरात में उसको ये मुश्किल हुई, न देश में ये मुश्किल हो गई, इसलिए ये सारी चीजें चल रही है। लेकिन एक लाइन कहते हुए खत्म करता हूं बात। कांग्रेस के जो प्रवक्ता जी लोग हैं वो भी, और जो निष्कासित प्रवक्ता हैं वो भी एक लाइन रट के आते हैं कि हर्षवर्धन त्रिपाठी के सामने कोई फैक्ट उनके पास नहीं है, तो भैया प्रवक्ता बोल दो, भाजपाई बोल दो, संघी बोल दो, इससे फर्क नहीं पड़ता संजय झा। किसी भी तथ्य का जवाब आप किसी डिबेट में दे नहीं पाते, तो आप पढ़ लिख के आए कीजिए।
Okay, I'm going to have to end over here, but this is just one of the many.
मुझे तो मौका दिया ही नहीं।
अच्छा, last 30 seconds, sir. Otherwise, I will be pushed out of the studio.
मैं 20 सेकंड में ही बोल दूंगा।
देखिए यहाँ पे
को डिवाइड करने का सबसे बड़ा काम तो मोहन भागवत कर रहे हैं। वो कहते हैं भाई 2000 साल तक आपने पशुओं के समान व्यवहार किया, फिर वो कहते हैं बिना मुसलमानों के हिंदुत्व अधूरा है। तो या तो मोहन भागवत को आप कहिए कि भाई आप क्यों ऐसा कर रहे हैं।
Okay,
आप संजय झा को क्यों गालियां दे रहे हैं?
नहीं, गालियां कोई नहीं दे सकता सर।
भागवत को बोलो ना।
Thank you very much. Talis for all of you for participating. And this is just one of the many times now ETG survey. Have a great evening.